Hello everyone! This is your teacher A from USA and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we will talk about your principal interview. What are the questions given to me during my interview? And after that, how does a demo teaching go? Last week, ang video natin is about how to save, paano makapag-ipon ng pera dito sa USA. At the same time, paano nga ba makasurvive dito? If you are new to this channel, kindly hit the like and subscribe button. Disclaimer lang po. Itong mga interview questions are the questions that was asked to me during my principal interview. So, different principals, different din ang kanilang questions. But so far, here are the top 5 common questions that principal asks during interview. May 17, 2023, I had my first principal interview, and luckily it was also my last because I got hired after that. During my interview, there were 10 applicants at sa 10 yon, 3 lang kami ang natanggap. Our principal interview went on like this. So since there were 10 applicants, the principal asked one question. After that question, we are given 2 minutes to type in our answers. So during that time, grabe yung kamay ko. Hindi makatype clearly dahil sa kakaba. And then when the principal will say waterfall, that's the time that we will send our answers. After sending our answers, usually per question, nagpipick lang ang principal ng 3 applicants to answer that. Most of us, tinatype lang namin, so depende lang kung matawag ka during that time. I got a chance to talk to my principal here in the USA, and ewan ko bakit napunta doon ang topic namin about sa job interview. Ito ang sinabi niya sa akin. Number 1 na hate niya is yung mga memorized answers. That's right. So if feel ng principal namin na memorized mo yung answer mo, or worse, same yung answer mo with a different candidate, automatic ligwak. I know some agencies will give you mock job interview and your answers, pwede din silang magbigay ng mga suggestions like ganito i-answer mo, ganito, ganyan. But please do not memorize them. Dapat galing sa puso. Since I was hired directly, so lahat ng sagot ko is walang memorized doon. At since it was my first job interview, I just answered from the heart. Number 1 question was, tell me about yourself. Take note, 10 kami nung job interview na yon. So, dapat magpakitang gilas ka. Start with your name, with your bachelor's degree, with your teaching experience, with your hobbies and interests. You can also as well put in your strengths. So, iba-iba tayo ng strengths, iba-iba ng degree. Please make it to a point that you stand out among all the candidates. This is your time to shine. So, syempre, sinabi ko doon, I was a board top-notcher. And also, I was a scholar when I was in college, and that I already finished my master's degree. And also, I have experience as a senior high school coordinator. So, yun, diba? As early as now, gumawa ka na ng list ng mga things that you stand out. Paano pag sabihin mo, oh, wala naman akong stand out. Talk about what you are good at. What is your passion? Okay, about kids. Even if it's just one student, you can have that as an example. I have this one student before, we did this, we did that. Okay, make sure that you stand out among all of the candidates. Number 2 question is about classroom management. Ito talaga ang number 1 problem usually nakikita ko sa mga vlog and even with my co-teachers. That is classroom management. Paano mo ba i-address ang behavior ng mga students mo? Syempre, we learned that in school, right? We have positive and negative reinforcement. It will actually depend on you as a teacher. Are you the type that is strict? Are you the type that is pro your kids? So make it to the point na you are after the welfare of your kids. And through that, maa-address mo any classroom management behaviors that you will face here in the USA. Alam nyo, sa totoo lang, problem ko talaga to dito, classroom management. But, carry lang, laban lang, kaya natin to. About classroom management, paano mo ba i-address any behaviors that comes to your students? How do you make it to a point na kaya mo siyang i-control? Hindi naman control, kaya mong i-give or kaya mong i-pagpatuloy ang lesson. Third question that was asked during that time is about accommodations. Tama. Sa Pinas, it is very unusual for me lang ha, because I've been a DepEd teacher for 5 years. Wala akong nakikitang mga IEP students. So ano ba ang mga IEP students? These are students that have individualized educational plan. Meron kasi silang mga what do you call this? Learning disabilities. Diba nakikita lang natin yan sa movie? Example, a student is dyslexic. Okay, hindi niya namamalayan or hindi niya control, but the way he or she reads something is para siyang reflected. Okay, so yun, marami dito sa Amerika, and we sometimes call them as SPED students, but hindi sila SPED na same as yung mga pipi, mga bingi, mga bulag. These students are streamlined on a regular class. So, during your lessons, iba-iba talaga ang level ng students. Principal will ask you, how do you accommodate this low-level students? Hindi naman pwede na same lang ang instruction na ibigay mo lahat. And please, it's a big no-no pag sabihin natin about the different intelligences. Howard Gardner, it's not talking about intelligences. We all have that. Ito ay batay sa leveling ng mga students. Meron tayong mga students that are below grade level. Example, I am grade 8, but those students' ability is below their level. Meron naman tayong average, and meron ding above dun. So, paano natin sila i-accommodate lahat? How do we make sure that our lessons are addressed to each one of them? No child left behind. Here, you can enumerate your strategies. Pwede mo silang i-groupings, pwede mo silang i-by partner, diba yung magagaling, i-partner natin so mga nangangailangan ng help. So yun, dun mo ilagay lahat ng strategies that can help your students. Dapat silang lahat ang makabenefit ng lesson mo. I remember the accommodation I said during the interview is having tutorials. So I do that. Back when I was in the Philippines, I'm handling review centers. So mas maganda talaga ang hands-on or one-on-one instruction. So that was one strategy that I gave to during my principal interview, that is tutorials. Number 4 is, what are your teaching strategies? Dito sa Amerika, they are very keen when it comes to schedule. Dapat meron kang schedule na sinusunod. For example, in our class, we always start ourselves with the bell work. Okay, the bell work will serve as the starting point. It can be a review lesson, a review topic of the ones or the lesson you had before, or it can be a question from today's lesson. So after that, what will you do after the bell work? Next, so on and so forth. Meron ka dapat learning strategies that is accompanied by your schedule. So why are you doing bell work? Okay, that's sort as your review. Why are you doing the 3 A's? What are you doing the I do, we do, you do? So bakit yun ang mga strategies na pinipili mo? Again, my answers could differ to your answers. Pwede na meron kang mga strategy na ikaw mismo gumawa. It's better if you say, during my master's degree, my thesis is about this and I found out that it is effective. Diba, bongga? And last but not the least, question that was asked to me during our interview is about data analysis. Dito medyo, what do you call this? Meron na tayong background about data analysis. So what are data analysis? Paano mo gagamitin ang mga assessment na ginagawa mo sa classroom? One good thing that I did in the Philippines is I used pre-test and post-test. At pagdating ko dito sa Amerika, yun din ang ginagamit nila as form of data analysis. Pre-test, tinitingnan ko if anong mga lesson magaling na ang student. So if magaling na ang students sa ganitong lesson, I can jump to a more complicated lesson where it requires much time. And sa post-test naman, titingnan ko kung anong mga lesson ang pwede nating balikan. So that's how we use data. Hindi lang siya, so we have different types of data or different types of assessment. Assessment of learning, ano bang natutunan ng mga estudyante? Assessment for learning, nag-a-assess ka para to emphasize or to improve your instruction. And assessment as learning. That's why dito sa Amerika, they always incorporate reflection on all their lessons. Those are the questions I had during my principal interview. Grabe, sobrang nakakakaba. Just like now, nabubulol ako. Okay, and pag matatype, parang, ano ba yun? Okay, yung kamay ko hindi na maka-type na maayos, hindi na maka-enter, but it was all worth it. I had my principal interview on May 17, 2023. Pagkagabi niyan, nag-reply, nag-email ang aming principal that she will have another interview. And yung interview na yon was done on May 18, 2023. Same, the next day. So we had the interview, it was May 17, 10:30 p.m. Philippine time, and our second interview was done 10:18 at 6 a.m. So dito sa US, same day lang yon. Pero sa Pinas, because we are 15 hours ahead of them. What happens in a demo teaching? Actually, sa mga teachers na nag-apply dito sa Amerika, most of them, principal interview lang nangyari. But our principal is, gusto niya talagang mahanap ang the best for the position. That is why she chose to have demo teaching for each candidate. At ito ang nangyari sa aking demo teaching. Let's go to the next part of our video, and that is about demo teaching. Remember, our principal scheduled it at 6 a.m. Philippine time. So, may pasok ako sa DepEd noon, 7:30. By 6 o'clock, binigyan lang kami niya ng instruction. She gave us this template, this lesson plan template. Kailangan namin i-fill out yon. So, medyo nakakaba. Hindi mo alam kung anong ilalagay, but it's okay. Right? You cannot give what you don't have. So, kahit na may mga portions akong hindi na fill out, pasado naman tayo. What our principal did is, she gave us standards. So, ano ba mga standards? These are like your milks or most essential learning competencies. And from there, you are going to conduct a class online. And my student during that time was the principal herself. Remember, there were 10 applicants, so we were just waiting for the principal to say, okay, it's now your turn to get the demo teaching. It only lasted for 10 minutes. So, almost 8 o'clock na yun. Tapos wala akong email na receive. So, what I did is I emailed the principal, excuse me, ma'am, I just would like to find out if ongoing na ba yung demo teaching. And guys, nalimutan niya pala ako. Grabe siya. Pero if it's meant for you, it will definitely find you. So what I did, yung standard, sinearch ko lang siya online. Naghanap ako ng PowerPoint connected to that standard. So what I did, I handled it just like a regular lesson. What you start first. She answered my questions. What do you mean by a line? Okay, so yun. Nag-a-answer din siya. And then when the time is up, sinabi niya, thank you. I'm so sorry na limutan ko. But we will tell or we will give you the result sometime this week. So yun, nakakakaba. Again, yung ginawa ko lang is from the standard that was given from the principal, sinearch ko siya online. I downloaded a PowerPoint on that, and then may mga inedit na ako para swak siya dun sa lesson plan na binigay ng principal. So far, so good. And thank goodness, nandito na tayo sa USA. Thank you so much for watching this video. Next week, ang ating video naman is how to travel internationally. I will give you the requirements, the timeline that I did, paano ako nakapunta from Cagayan de Oro to Page, Arizona. Again, this is your teacher A from USA. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye-bye!